Repeating affirmation. What you verbalize will eventually materialize. You have the power to talk aspects of your reality into existence. Don't underestimate the power of affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that describe what you wish to achieve. Simply saying something over and over again with a great conviction creates a belief within our subconscious that this statement is true. Repeating affirmation is a conscious process. It's the act of sending instruction to your subconscious mind. Once these beliefs are planted, your subconscious mind will do everything it can to bring these ideas into fruition. From personal experience, reciting statements that I simply cannot trick myself into believing it doesn't work effectively. Going back to my example about the changing beliefs, I couldn't just tell myself that I could change my future and do big things. I had to find proof to challenge my old beliefs rationally. Add sound conscious to affirmations before you repeat them gives them greater power. Maintaining a high vibration is important throughout life, and I find that if you can say your affirmation during a period when you are feeling good, that will have the greater momentum. Though repeating affirmation can raise your vibration, whatever your mood. Saying something out loud like you really mean it can completely change your statement. Affirmations should be in your own words. Say them in your voice, as if you're telling facts to a friend. Only repeat positive statements. Don't recite what you don't want. Why we resist and often persist? Because the energy we excluded awaiting it is to return to us. When you act as if the goal is already truth, your subconscious mind believes that it is the act. It is and acts accordingly. The amount of time you spend on your affirmation is entirely up to you. Anything between 2 or 5 minutes a day is reasonable. However, emotional investment is more important than duration, so say them like you mean them. The power of words. Words can hurt, help, or heal. There is a power in everything you write and say. Your message is significant. Be wise with it. Set the intention. If you're unsure about what you want, you will end up with a lot of things that you're unsure of. Before going after your goals, you have to know what you want. You cannot attain that which you're unsure about. If you then find it too spicy, it will be your own fault because you didn't give clear instructions. Setting the right goal is everything. It has to reflect what you deeply desire, not what you think you should want. Your goals should reflect who you are as a person. They should be the things they think about all the time that you know will improve the quality of your life. Once you make an intention clear, the universe will work in a miraculous way. When you put what you want out there, the manifestation process begins and things just start to unfold in our favor. Our dreams come to life. Write down your goals. You are the author of your future. Write about what you desire and live your story. I once read that if you write down your goals, they are more likely to come true. I was intrigued, so I decided to look into it. I began to unravel all these wonderful statistics from studies and the remarkable stories of people who wrote down their goals on paper and ended up manifesting them years later. He just knew what he wanted, and he was specific about his vision for the future. His ideas eventually manifested into his reality. When you write down your goals, you turn your intentions into something tangible. Define them in detail, and this will help you to stay focused so you don't lose your way. I had a greater fortune when it comes to writing down my goals. In the past, I've written very specific details about my goals, and they've manifested exactly how I wrote them. The way I write my goal isn't quite specific. I'm sharing these details with you here so you can make a use of them too. Write them in the present tense. Be honest. Write them down exactly as you wish them. Don't restrict yourself or write them in a way that you think is right. If you happen to big goals, that's fine. Thinking big means you're open to receiving big. Write them in the present tense. Just as with affirmation, write down your goals in the present tense as if you've already accomplished them, such as I am a great mathematician. If that's what you want to become, your subconscious mind will choose the path of least resistance in order to manifest your goals. Make them positive. Remember, always write your goals down from the positive stance. Focus on what you want. Write them in your own voice. Write them exactly how you say them. You don't need to use fancy language. These goals are to be understood by you and you alone. Write them in a way that you connect with easily. You shouldn't have to try to translate them in your head. Be specific. Write down as many details as you can. The clearer the goal, the clearer the outcome. Remember, the subconscious is working from a set of instructions, and the outcome can only be as good as the instructions provided. If possible, write your goals without a time frame in mind. Otherwise, when the goal doesn't manifest when you expect it to, you might be disheartened and become doubtful, which lowers your vibration and pushes your goal further away. However, if you're someone who is motivated by pressure, a deadline might help you to go into action. It's your goal. If a time frame would be helpful, include one. If not, don't. Set goals you feel confident about. The best way to build a confidence is to start with smaller goals. Once you manifest them, you will be confident about bigger goals and manifesting too. Once you're identified and have written down your goals, say them out loud every day. If you need to make small adjustments to them, then do so. However, changing them drastically and frequently is almost like planting a new seed each time. So keep that in mind. You need to know what you want. Imagine it to live it. What becomes real in your mind will become real in your life. Visualization is the process of creating and experiencing or intention in your mind before you have it in your life. The brain patterns that are activated when you imagine as an action are very similar to those that are activated when you physically perform the action. So, visualization can actually train your brain for the event. When you visualize what you desire, not only do we align ourselves to vibrate on the same frequency as the object of our visualization, but we also influence our subconscious mind in the same way as we do with affirmations. The brain and the nervous system cannot tell the difference between what is imagined and what is real. We can take advantage of this. If our brain believes that the ideas and feeling it are true, then our life will begin to reflect that too. If you imagine yourself to be more confident than you currently are, and the brain thinks it's true, you'll be more confident. Engage your senses. When you talk about visualization as a process, we don't mean creating single mental images. We have to create scenes, not pictures, and those scenes you must involve all your senses: taste, sight, touch, smell, and hearing. Go into as much detail as you can. For example, if you want a new car, don't just picture the car. Put yourself in the car driving it around. Think about how you feel while driving it. The sound of the car, the sight of other cars on the road, the temperature of the air around you, and so on. Live the experience as if it were true in that precious moment. Get creative with your senses. Really bring them to life by making them bright, colorful, loud, and big. All you need to do is close your eyes and start creating. It's important to create a scene that makes you feel good. Your imagination should ignite positive emotions, and this requires a lot of focus. So always do it in a quiet place where you can relax and distance yourself from any distractions. When I use this technique, I get confirmation that I'm doing it effectively when I start to feel a little tingly. That is, I begin to feel as if it is actually happening, and it fills me with excitement. If you find it hard to create visuals in your head, there are things you can do to help yourself. Vision boards are very popular. Collect the pictures and the clippings that depict what you want to manifest and fix them aboard. This will help you clarify your goals, and you can place them aboard in obvious places in your home to keep your focus and attentions. I like to keep a vision board as well as in a practice visualization. I don't keep a physical board, and I don't collect images on a personal website, and I try to spend a few minutes in reviewing it every day. This has worked well for me. I even manifested my dream purpose to my life or by gathering images and a Pinterest. A popular vision board is a platform of how I wanted to look. As a teenager, I used to producing music as a hobby. I was a big fan of a group called the So Solid Crew, one of the biggest actors around at the time. I had their logo printed onto my school pencil case. In class, I daydreamed about working with them. A year or two later, a member of So Solid Crew, known as the Swiss, released an album called Paints and Magic. I absolutely fell in love with this album, and I would listen to it day and night. It put me in a trance, and I visualized myself working with the Swiss and creating great music together. Remarkably, it wasn't long after this that I did have the chance to work with the Swiss through a musical artist and a mentor of mine called Cliff, who happened to be the friends with him. Eventually, the three of them collaborated a few songs. People just in Swiss and worked together. Don't worry about how it's going to happen, otherwise you will begin to create limitations. Just be certain about what you want, and the entire universe will rearrange itself for you. Whatever the path you might be right now, I will support you. It will provide you with the signs that get you where you want to be. The 13th century poet Rumi wrote, "The universe is not outside you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are." Rumi may also have agreed that the only reason the universe might not be available to you is if you are not attuned to it. The universe already exists within you, but it's not perceivable to you if you are not vibrating high enough. However, you can bring it to the light through your words, actions, emotions, and beliefs. The universe helps us to create, or rather, to bring possibilities into our reality. It gives you signs that follow and sends you the ideas and action on. It's up to you to respond. You might decide your goal as work for yourself and something you enjoy. Then, one day you randomly think of a specific idea, like selling your food recipes online. If you don't think much of it, you probably won't act on it. You'll probably just dismiss it as in passing through, passing thought. In the following weeks, you might start coming across bloggers and sharing their own recipes. This seems coincidental, so you continue to ignore the signs and instead investing in efforts elsewhere. But by ignoring the signs, you could be missing out on everything you want. Sometimes we ignore the signs because we think we are supposed to achieve our goals in a particular way. Seeming casual thoughts led to where I am now. I trust the world that will take me next, knowing that will bring me closer to where I want to be. These days, when times like a law of attraction are thrown around, people assume that your dreams will manifest without any effort on your part. But you must take action on the thoughts and ideas that group up in your mind. The inspiration that the universe sends you, they are not just from the universe saying, go this way, try this. Intention without the action is just a wish. A goal only comes to life when you decide to pursue it. The universe is always supporting you, but you must be willing to do your part in your manifestation process. Manifesting goals, taking action. Attraction is not about where you're at, it's about what you're doing about what you're at. I believe in taking action and building momentum towards your goal. This shouldn't be confused with taking big steps. You can move forward with baby steps. However, it's always a good idea to give everything you've got. I don't have to try to sell our arenas right away. I could start by creating a song. That's a small step in the right direction. This might mean that I have to spend extra time on it, or learn new skills, but that's an investment into my future, my dreams. Many of us have a series of excuses ready to explain why something can be done. Often, you will hear people relay their doubts and experience how they lack time, expertise, resources, money, etc. But when you want to go badly enough, we make sacrifices in other areas to make it possible. I've come to realize that it's not necessary to have a lot of the free time to achieve a dream. The same goes for money and other resources. What you do needs a vision, a belief in it, and a serious dedication. You will find a way if you keep taking action. You're just a someone who believes in your vision and then he acts on it. Once I needed money cleared that, I set my vibration high and ensured I wasn't feeling good. But I didn't take action. I just expected the money to come to me. As time dragged on, the money I needed didn't appear, and I began to get disheartened. I was just certain it wasn't going to come, so why didn't it? Well, you see, I had noticed an opportunity the universe had given me to take action. I don't want a prize, and I didn't consider that it could have helped me on my way. Yes, I could have sold it. As soon as I realized my mistake, I did sell it, and I made the money I needed to pay off my debt. Sometimes the steps towards your goal come disguised as an opportunity to take action. If you don't take action, you will miss out of the reward. Expecting change that happen when you don't change anything yourself is like you make a chocolate raspberry cake in the exact same way every single day and expecting it to turn into a chocolate strawberry cake. If you don't add a strawberry to the cake instead of raspberry, then it won't change. It sounds a bit silly and obvious, right? But so many people go through their lives and expecting change when they're doing the same things every day. They feed all this positive energy via their thoughts, words, and ambitions, but take no action, which is vibration itself. The easy route. I find that a lot of people know what to do, but they still don't do it. They rely on justification or an easy solution because the real solution seems too long-winded. Some people would rather use their energy to find a way to use less effort for the same result. Working smart is essential for effective productivity, but even finding a solution to work smarter requires a lot of effort. We must come to terms with the idea that some things have to be done the difficult way. For example, if you to lose weight, you have to create a calorie deficit by either increasing physical activity, improving your diet, or both. Most people know they need to do these things, but they don't commit to them. Instead, they'll look for magic pills or another shortcut to solve their problem. They spend excessive time, energy, and the money on trying out different miracle cures when they could have achieved much more if they simply decided to apply some effort. Other people in this situation may do nothing at all. They want to lose weight and they will moan about it, but they don't take any action. Many of us will label these people as lazy. People usually act in this way because of two things. One is that they simply don't believe that they can achieve the results that they want to, so they are defeated by the idea of in a straight way. The second is that they find the idea of the working for the result too painful. People want to take action on things if they perceive in a process and achieving the results as being too hard. The idea of not going to the gym or eating healthy may seem much harder to people than remaining how they are. So these people take no action. They tend to stick with the easier and more comfortable options, but rarely do we grow within our comfort zone. Sadly, many will wait until they have no other option before they can commit to changes. When you see your current situation as being more painful than going through whatever it takes to get what you desire, great pain and pressure can force great changes to occur. This is the same reason why people will put up with a toxic relationships until they reach a breaking point. They may find the idea of being single and alone more daunting than putting up with their abusive partner. Step out of your comfort zone and face your fears. Growth takes place when you're challenged, not when you're comfortable. If you want something enough, you will take an action on it, but don't wait for your pain threshold to be tested. This will only delay results in the manifestation process. Start asking yourself how badly you want to achieve your goals. Do you want them more than you fear the process of getting there? Consistency leads to the result. We must be consistent as we strive to achieve our goals. Imagine that you want to build a lean muscle, so you purchase a 3 months in a workout and nutrition plan from the personal trainer. You then follow 50% of the instructions, but after a month you notice that you are not getting the results you hope for. You might conclude that the plan doesn't work. Alternatively, you might follow the whole plan, but observe after 2 or 3 weeks that the results aren't showing. Again, you say that the plan doesn't work. In both cases, you simply give up on it. If you do 50% of your plan, you can expect no more than 50% of the results. If you are not consistent in your actions, then you can assume that you will see the final results that you are expecting. I myself did a home workout series. It was a 2 month program, and then after months, I couldn't see any exciting results. In spite of this, I promised myself I'd see it loud until the end. I'm glad I did. The same goes for meditation, affirmations, visualizations, and other positive practice. If you want to reap the benefits, you have to do regular, solid practice. Be committed to the cause with a consistency. We can create habits that shape our lives. Lack of time is an excuse. If you can't make the time for something, it's not a high enough priority for you. If something is important to you, you will make the time for it. We are what we repeatedly do. Actions then, it's not an act, but a habit. Beckham didn't become a master of free kicks overnight. He practiced over and over again. He didn't practice until he got his free kicks right, but until he couldn't get them wrong. Even when he wasn't scoring them, he ensured that he stayed consistent with his practice. With repetition comes habit. Not everything will work or be benefited for you. Reviewing your methods and adapting to change is vital. If you've given something a good shot, but you're still not progressing, this might be a sign that you need to try a new approach. Use your intuition to guide you. If something feels wrong, it usually is. Ordinary or extraordinary. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is simple. Extraordinary people will get things done even when they don't feel like it, because they're fully committed to their goals. When you pursue a goal you're passionate about, you will naturally be motivated to achieve it. If you don't find the process enjoyable, then you may want to re-evaluate where you are investing your efforts. This isn't say that you won't have your down days. Even if you're very focused on your goal, if you hold it in high vibration or make an effort to increase it, motivation will come quite easily to you, but the prospect of having to take action can lower your vibration if you are not in the right frame of mind. Maintaining your motivation isn't always an easy task, especially following setbacks or in a dark and gloomy day. Motivation comes and goes. Motivation comes and goes. Low motivation might indicate that you need a time out to recharge, or it can mean you need to go out and search for an inspiration. If you still don't feel motivated, proceed anyway, and be willing to get things done. You don't expect me to say that, do you? It might not sound very appealing, but experience that has taught me that this behavior degree is a key difference between ordinary and extraordinary. It's about commitment. When you don't want to roll up the bed in early hours, and when you really can't bother to go, then meeting on the other side of the time, you do it anyway. You recognize that the effort you put in will be the worth and rewards that come later. Although writing is a passion of mine, I'll readily admit that I've gone and some of the tasks involved me in creating this book. Some had been extremely tedious, but even as I write this line, I'm focused on the results. Things are always easier when you're in a mood to do them, but if you want to live in a greater life than the average person, you have to commit the same effort, even when you're not. Consistency. Okay.